this practice is a daily practice of developing, cultivating, and moving, stimulating your energy so you have good health, vitality, and long life. So we're going to start, we're going to just rub our palms together just to make sure it's warm and in between the fingers, mainly because there's acupuncture meridians that go through both hands and fingers like this, okay? And then shake like this. Now just stop and hold your hands to get apart like this and just notice what you are experiencing in your hands as you do this.
It's kind of like a ball of energy.
It's like a ball of energy. Yeah, exactly. A ball of Qi. Okay. See, so that's the first thing. And then once we've done that, now you want to just kind of rub your whole body down a little bit just to make sure that pretty much everywhere in your body, your legs, your arms, everywhere, there's energy flowing. You know, in Chinese medicine, it is believed that stagnation of Qi, you know, when energy is not moving, is what leads to impairment and illness and lack of your health and vitality.
Keep rubbing, man.
Yeah. Okay, the very next practice is actually from a Taoist Tantra practice, learning how to cultivate internal energy that is said to be stored in the kidneys. So what you do is you're going to inhale, and as you do, you want to try to lift the sphincter a little bit. Inhale, lift that sphincter, lift your hands, pull your hands in, and then hold your breath and count from in your mind from 1 to 5. And then at 5, you exhale and relax. Not that relax, just a little bit. So inhale, lift, hold, exhale, just let it come down. And repeat this whole thing just 5 times. Inhale, lift, hold, squeeze the sphincter gently, and relax. And again, inhale, lift, hold, and relax. Okay, the next exercise is actually called wave hands. Okay. Wave hands. And it's actually done with the feet together. This is a Taoist tendon changing exercise. And it looks like this. We inhale, and you keep inhaling, and then the hands go behind the back. The fingers are pressed into what's called a crane's beak. Okay? So it's a long inhale all the way to here, and then we hold that crane's beak. Now, with the crane's beak held, kind of like you have it here, you want to try to do a couple of difficult things. 1, lift this as high as you can. 2, bring this in as close as you can. And stay completely relaxed. It's not easy to do all those things at the same time. Okay, so the whole practice, we'll go through it again. Okay. So we're going to inhale, hold, and then exhale, and repeat. Inhale, hold, exhale, and repeat. Inhale, hold, exhale, and the final one, exhale out of the mouth here. Now, the fourth one is called the 2 power yoga exercises. Okay? First one is called circling palms. And this was one of the ones my teacher brought out of China. What you do is you raise your right hand to your side, and then you watch it go right across your center, just like so. And then you bend this, and you raise your left hand out to the side with an inhale, and as you exhale, you slowly bring it across and watch it. So every time the hand goes out to the side, you inhale, and every time it goes across the front, you exhale. Now, all the time, there's several things that you have to synchronize or coordinate together. Your eyes, your mind, your movement, and your breath. Eyes, mind, movement, breath. Synchronized together. The breathing has to always be low diaphragmatic breathing, like you have a balloon in your stomach, expanding as you inhale, deflating as you exhale. And the tip of the tongue is curled at the roof of the mouth. the whole time, because there's a big acupuncture meridian that goes up the back to and over the top of your head called the governing vessel, and another big acupuncture meridian that comes up from the bottom from your perineum and right up here under your in your mouth. But there's a place right here where they're disconnected. And by curling the tongue, now you connect them. So we start with our hands on our knees, and we're looking at our toes. Now you're going to bring your hands into the prayer position. And now inhale, lean forward, hold your breath, lean forward here too, and look at your fingertips. And again, we're going to count to about 5, and then you exhale, and let your hands go down to your knees, eyes go back to your toes. Touch your stomach again, inhale. Now as your hands pass your feet, your eyes go from your feet to the fingertips. Now hold the breath, and when you do that, you see how everything is condensed here between your stomach and your kidney. So it's building up a lot of power in those areas. And then you exhale and come back down. So this is only done about 5 times, and at the very last time when we're here, we exhale out of the mouth and just relax. Okay? So this exercise, whether you have the stick in your hand or just bare hands, you're going to shift your weight back a little bit and inhale and bring this up to about your eyesight and exhale and let it come back down. Now you're going to lean back, inhale, exhale, go forward. Now, we could, besides shifting our weight, we could lift our toe and then lift our heel on the way back. Or we could just hold still and do this. But the benefit of shifting back and forth like this is under the balls of our feet are acupuncture points, specifically kidney 1. And the kidney is where, remember that essence, that Jing is stored? And so by stimulating kidney 1, as we do this, we're strengthening the energy in the kidney channel. Inhale, final breath out of the mouth. It's called a cleansing breath. And then guess what? We're going to turn to the left, and we're going to do the same thing in reverse. So instead of going forward, we're going to go backwards, this way. So we exhale away, inhale towards the body. Exhale away, inhale towards the body.
And what is this doing for people? It's circulating Qi.
Circulating Qi. So remember we talked about how we have that path that comes up the front, and we have the other one that comes up the back? So here we're working on the one that comes up the front. The previous one, we're working on the one that went up your back. So now you have complete circulation of Qi through the 2 main channels in the body. And again, when you finish, exhale through the mouth and relax. The next exercise comes from Tai Chi Ruler level 2, which doesn't use the stick, but it's part of the Tai Chi Ruler system.
Got it.
So we can actually put these down, okay, for now, because the next one just uses your bare hands. It involves just circling the hands while holding your intention with your mind and your eyes and your breath. So you're going to bring your hands into your dantian, which is again below your navel here. Inhale. And now you're going to do a small circle around and back. Inhale in, exhale out. Breathe in, breathe out. Tip of the tongue touching the roof of the mouth for reasons you know why. And your eyes, mind, and movement synchronize with the breathing. Now, every time you move, you want to also imagine that the air is very dense or thick, almost like you're moving underwater. It's almost like we're swimming. The intention is just to hold eyes, mind, movement, and breath together. because when eyes, mind, movement, and breath are held in the same space, the Qi is automatically activated and strengthened. Now, how many people in life every day do any of that? Very few. Most people are not doing any of that. And that's why they often feel depleted and weak. Now, back to the center. Exhale out of the mouth. Now, guess what? Next exercise, same thing, but again, just reverse direction. So now we're going to circle this way. And again, we could either be still or we could rock, but we know the benefit of rocking for stimulating kidney 1 under the soles of the feet. So that's why we're choosing to rock right now. And by the way, there's a big important acupuncture meridian called the belt meridian that is right where the belt line would be. So it runs from back here around the kidneys to the dantian here. And so by going in that spear, we are making sure that the Qi is strong in the belt meridian. And that takes the Qi from the back and integrates it to the Qi in the front. So now after these two exercises from the Tai Chi Ruler system, there's another kind of unusual practice, but it's very good. What you do is you put out your left hand and you take your right thumb. And right here at the tip of the finger, you take the nail and you just press. There's a point there, acupuncture. And then what you do, you're going to draw a straight line with that thumbnail all the way down here to your wrist. And you're going to press a little bit. Then you do the same thing, go next finger. Press, draw a straight line all the way down to the crease in the wrist and press. Then you go to the middle finger, same thing, press, come all the way down to the crease, press. And you go to the index finger, same thing. Now here, you know, you follow this so-called lifeline, that line there in the palm. You know, that's called a lifeline.
Yours is a lot longer than mine.
Yeah, well, that's supposed to have something to do with how long you're going to live, right? We got to see, can we get it longer? And then the thumb, the same thing. But here, you don't press the artery here with the nail. You just put the pad of your finger there. Okay, you just feel the pulse beating. Okay.
So it's good to have long thumbnails for this one.
Yeah, just for this part, but not this one. You don't want to. You do not want to dig that into the artery there. That's the bad thing. And then you go repeat the same thing on the other hand. So now the left nail and the little pinky finger on the right hand, and you're going to draw that straight line, like right down the middle, until we get here to the wrist press. Now, that's part one of this. I call it Chinese hand exercise. That's part one. Part two, you clasp your hands together. By the way, right here, the palms, they're so-called Lao Gong, energy gathering points. And now you're going to, the right side, the left side are going to come together. And you inhale, and you exhale. And then you flip them. Inhale, exhale. So you might say you're making a lot of internal energetic connections right now. Linking the right side and the left side at these powerful energy gathering points in your palm, right and left with breath. Inhale and exhale. So we usually do that 8 times. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale.
So first the energy is somehow stimulated and then it's
stimulated, now it's sealed.
sealed.
Or we talked about how important it is to seal energy in. Now, even more so, we're going to go right over your solar plexus. So if we can seal all those nerves together here with breathing, and again, it's done 8 times, we have a lot more internal sense of our own body, a strong sense of self. And by the way, since this is like all nerves here, this is a great way to learn how to just calm down, how to feel more calm, relaxed, centered, focused, and not scattered by nervousness. This is called triple burner standing meditation. What is the triple burner? Well, triple implies there's three, and there are, and there's an upper, middle, and lower one. We're going to start with the upper one. The upper burner, in Chinese, is called sanjiao. 3 portions or 3 areas. The upper burner has to do with how your heart and lungs work together to oxygenate and circulate oxygenated blood throughout the body. Very important. In fact, without that function, you are instantly dead. And so what we're learning how to do with this one is to strengthen that connection between the heart and the lungs by holding a field of qi here that's capturing them and holding them in balance so they get stronger.
Okay.
And so we do this for, 30 seconds, a minute, 2, depends on how much time we have. Now we go down to the middle portion of this sanjiao system. Now the middle portion includes all the metabolic organs of digestion. Now we're talking about your stomach and your spleen and your liver and your gallbladder, all of those organs which are really designed to help take the nutrients from foods and absorb them into your blood system. And then the third area is the lower portion here, which has to do with your bladder and your kidneys and the last part of your intestines. Because as human beings, what do? We take in air, energy, food, and things, right, from outside, right, heart and lungs, and then the stomach and intestines, right, have to extract the nutrients. But then finally, we have to let go of all of that, right? We urinate, we defecate, and so if any of those 3 processes are off, we're very, very chronically ill. Okay, so that's it for this one. Okay, now this one finishes, we just kind of ground to the earth and breathe, like you're a tube, right? Breathing energy up from the center of Mother Earth and also down from the heavens. So the Chinese talk about the unification of heaven, earth, and man. And then just gather qi and relax. Remember, we've been talking about from the very beginning how important it is to feel connected to ourselves, but also connected to the earth and connected to the heavens too. Okay, now we're almost done. Okay, there's one more standing exercise. It's called Shen exercise. S-H-E-N. Shen, that's a Chinese word for spirit. And the word Shen means a lot of things, actually. But the Shen is said to be stored in the eyes, and particularly in the so-called third eye. So what we do, we put our thumb and index finger together, so they're touching, like so. Again, tip of the tongue curled at the roof of the mouth, drop the shoulders and the elbows. Now, here's the specific instruction. What we want to do is kind of like half close the eyes. The Chinese call it soft eyes. And it's almost like when you are trying to like see double, right? So you like see double. And so when you can see double and you want to look not through your fingers, but right at the space between your fingers there. It's like this becomes a mirror, and it actually reflects back to your third eye and your pineal gland and pineal chakra. And that loop, that feedback loop between your hands and your eyes and your consciousness, both inside and outside, helps awaken that psychic sense, that spiritual sense. And interestingly enough, the more internally sensitive we become, the more externally connected we become. Now after this, so that's all the standing exercises. So after this is just seated meditation.